everyone, it's Joyel and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you how I made my very own scalp exfoliating scrub, and then of course how I used it. But of course, before we get started, please don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. And if you're the owner of a business, especially a black owned business, please send me an email at SharmaineJoyel@gmail.com or go ahead and find the Google form link down below in the description box. But let's get started. I swear I was gonna get dressed today, so I apologize if I look a little homely, but I just felt like being lazy and I really didn't feel like putting on makeup today, but that's not the point of this video. So I decided that I wanted to try a scalp exfoliating scrub. When you go to the store, I always see those Tree Hut like body scrubs. I see people using them all the time on TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, and then I also see tons and tons of websites and DIY recipes on how to make your own body scrub. And I thought, you know what? Has anybody ever tried using one for your scalp? I'm sure somebody has come up with this already. So I decided to Google how to make your own scalp exfoliating scrub. You know that I suffer from dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, and or psoriasis, which apparently my grandmother had, great-grandmother had on my dad's side. So that could very well be one of my scalp issues and why I experience flare-ups every once in a while. But I thought a scalp exfoliating scrub, it just sounds nice. I've never used a body scrub. They always look very satisfying and fun to use, so I was like, well, let me see if I can make one for my scalp, and if I like it, you know, I'll DIY one for my body. But that, anyway. And when I Googled it, I actually found quite a number of natural hair or black YouTubers who had actually already made their own DIY recipes. I also saw a ton of recipes for the body scrub, so I just kind of like took bits and pieces and kind of made my own, and this is what I came up with. So I started with about a cup of white sugar. I saw that you can use white or brown sugar. I have this big old bag of white sugar that I like never use, so I figured that's what I was gonna use and try to use some of it up. So I used about a cup of that. And then I also saw that some people would put honey in their Tree Hut DIY recipes. So I did about a tablespoon of honey. And I think they use this for like a clumping factor. Also, honey is a humectant, so it'll draw water from the air and onto your body or your hair. So I was like, okay, you know, we'll use that. For the oils, I decided to use a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And then I also decided to use a little bit of tea tree oil as well. Olive oil being just one of my favorite oils in general. It's reacted really well with my hair. I tend to like it. It's also not an expensive oil. And then tea tree oil is also antifungal and good for itchy scalps. Next, I added a couple drops of peppermint. I got this idea from one of the videos that I saw a natural hair YouTuber using. She put a couple of drops of peppermint in her scalp scrub, and I happen to have some peppermint oil, so that's what I went ahead and did. Peppermint oil is also used in a lot of like dandruff shampoos and things of that sort. So peppermint oil is pretty concentrated, so just a couple drops of that. And then just to finish it off, this is the step that I kind of took from the Tree Hut DIY scrub videos. A lot of people add body wash to their exfoliating scrub, so I was like, what if I added shampoo? And I already had a shampoo that had peppermint oil in it, so I thought it'd be perfect to add. And it's by Simplicity Captivates Beauty. I did a promo for them on my Instagram a couple months ago, and I had, you know, some of the shampoo left, so I thought this would be the perfect one to use since it includes tea tree, lavender, and peppermint oil. So that was a shampoo that I decided to go ahead and add. And then I mixed it all up. I was going for a specific consistency, and I continued to add oil and shampoo to create that consistency. So I didn't keep adding honey or peppermint oil or things of that sort. I just kept adding olive oil, tea tree oil, and the shampoo to help me get to the consistency that I was looking for. This was about it. It was kind of like this, kind of like stretchy, but not super runny. Alrighty. So once that was made, then it was off to the shower to go ahead and try this out. So obviously I start with wetting my hair, making sure it's thoroughly soaked through, making sure that I start off with my hair in sections. I worked one section at a time. Went ahead and made several parts in each section and applied this directly to my scalp and lightly scrubbed just with the pads of my fingers. You don't want to use your nails. I don't want you guys accidentally like cutting your scalps open or being too abrasive. But just using the pads of your fingers, massaging this, and, you know, just scrubbing, essentially, onto your scalp. Once I applied this all throughout the section, I took both my hands and then just massaged the entire thing together, trying to get my fingers down to my scalp as much as I possibly could. My hair is so thick. But to make sure that it was doing its job and really exfoliating and lifting up any loose dandruff or skin or flakes, whatever was there. Massage that in for a couple of minutes. I wanted to make sure this was working, and then I just put each section back into a band until I had worked all the way through my hair. And don't be afraid to take your time with this. It's completely worth it. This was so satisfying, and the smell of the mint, the scrubbing part of it, my scalp just felt amazing. It felt invigorating, is that the word I want to use? But it was a relaxing experience. It was actually really fun to try to use this. It was very calming and relaxing. Kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of like my own little spa day, essentially. But after massaging that all through my hair, is when I decided to go ahead and rinse. The sugar rinses, I didn't have any problems with my hair feeling grainy or having any residue in my hair. With sugar, it dissolves pretty easily with water, especially if you're using warm water. And because I used shampoo in this scrub, I didn't find it necessary to re-shampoo my hair. Some of the recipes that I found said to go ahead and shampoo your hair after using the scrub. I didn't find it necessary since I already had shampoo in the recipe. So I just rinsed and then carried on with the rest of my wash day routine, which is my deep conditioner and my leave-in, my sealant, and then braided it up. And here I am about 2 days after wash day because I had to give it some time to dry, and I haven't had a single itch on my head. I haven't found a single flake. I get really bad flare-ups, especially around my edges is where I tend to get a lot of like buildup of flakes and stuff of that sort, but it's been doing pretty good. I also wanted to wait a couple days because sometimes like the day after you'll be like, awesome, it worked, and then the day after that it's like all of a sudden your flakes are back. That's kind of like what I experienced with some of the more like generic dandruff shampoos. Like, cool, you worked for a day, and then I continue to have flakes days after that. So, but not this. This was my scalp feels amazingly clean. I grease my scalp, so as for knowing if this was gonna like dry my scalp out, I wouldn't know, seeing as I use sulfurate to grease my scalp and keep it itch-free for about the next 2 or 3 weeks. But I really liked this exfoliating scrub. I still have some left over from my original batch that I will use my next wash day. I love this stuff. It was nice knowing that like the sugar scrub was actually scrubbing flakes and buildup off of my scalp. I think scalp scrubs are great also for eliminating product buildup on your hair as well. I mean, there's cleansing shampoos for that. If you have a very sensitive scalp, then you probably don't want to use a sugar scrub. It might be a little too abrasive for you. But with all the oils in it, the shampoo, the sugar crystals, it's literally like an exfoliating shampoo scrub. Like, it's just an all-in-one scalp cleansing product, and it was cheap to make. So I was really happy with the results. I loved how it felt on my scalp. I love how my scalp feels after it. I felt more comfortable using grease on my scalp after this because I felt like it just really removed everything off my scalp. Like I was just kind of starting fresh, starting anew. This has encouraged me to go ahead and try making just my own DIY body scrub. So if you guys would like to see a body scrub video, I know this is like mostly a hair channel, but I love all things skincare, body care, and beauty related. So if you'd like to see a video on that, let me know. I'm gonna try and get some S-curl. We're gonna try and use that as a leave-in on my hair, hopefully soon. But if you guys enjoyed this week's video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've tried a scalp scrub, how you liked it, if you didn't like it, or what ingredients you used in yours. But don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. Keep blooming, and I'll see you guys in my next video.